Good morning. I got your file open in my copy of Cheap Architect Premier X10. That's the big brother of what you have with Home Designer Pro 2019. I'm going to fix this plan up so it can still be edited in Home Designer Pro. I just did that. And I usually like to turn the grid off. I don't use the grid. Some guys do. I don't. I've been using this software for 25 years, and I just never got in the habit of using it. First thing I noticed was that all of this is one space, but you want only part of it to be vaulted. You've got some invisible walls here, or well, that I thought it was invisible walls. What is that? Let's see what it is. Roof plane specification. I wonder what that's there for. Let's take a look. I assume that's right here. And of course, if you want to have windows up here, this roof plane can't be this steep. So I'm going to open its dialog. It's 512. Let's try it at 312. See how it works with, okay, that's still too steep. I'm going to change it to 212. And 312 would be the steepest you could have it, and then plan to roof it over with shingles, because anything with a lower angle than 3, shingles won't keep the water out. So you'll have to put impervious roofing on this. See if 2 clears the windows. There, okay, that just barely does. So there's 212. Now you want this vaulted. Let's take a look on the inside. I'm going to use a cross-section camera this way. Now I would assume you want the vault over here, and you can't vault it here because there's a floor above the master bedroom, I believe what it is. So what I plan to do as an alternative to have these windows functional. Now you could have these just be transom windows and then maybe bring the pitch back up, but that's up to you. You've got your egress windows here, so you could do that. I think you'll end up with a better vaulted living room with that the case. I'm going to go back to plan view and do another cross-section camera this way. I guess I should have done it the other way. Now that I think about it, let's do it the other way. We do it from the outside as an elevation camera. Excuse me. I'm going to turn the color off so I can see better. Here we go. So there's those windows. And I'm going to shift select both of those and open them up and change them to awning windows. Awning, where's awning? I just think, oh, there it is, single awning. Okay, see, awning windows are hinged from the top. I'm going to change leave the widths there. We'll just make them 12 inches so that you can get light through them and ventilation. And then we'll take this roof plane, open its dialog. I'm going to go back to 312. See how much. Okay, we could go back to, excuse me, maybe 412. Well, that just barely makes it. And okay, you can put shingles on this now. You got windows and ventilation, just no egress. Okay, now the next thing I would do if I want to, let's see, is this, yeah, that's that roof plane there. Okay, I'm going to turn on the reference display. Ooh, that's not very useful. What you want to do is take this room that's going to be vaulted and section it off from the rest of the first floor. So the tool for that is this tool here. It's called the room divider, and I'm going to divide the kitchen and dining room. See, now I've sectioned off these two spaces. Now I'm going to do it again here, because you don't want to, I don't think you want the stairs vaulted. So I'm going to put an invisible wall or a room divider wall there. So now just the kitchen, the living room is just the living room, and I'm going to name it from kitchen to living. Yeah, there it is. And also, I don't want to have a flat ceiling over this room because we want it vaulted. So I'm going to uncheck flat ceiling over this room on the structure tab. And this would be, well, actually, if you wanted to go whole hog, and I usually do, I'm going to click on this tool here again and section off. So this will be the dining. Now this is not germane to your problem, but this makes sense to me as a longtime professional draftsman and designer. Okay, now this obviously is not the kitchen, this is the entry. And this is not the kitchen either. Is a tab key there. And also, I don't want a ceiling in this because this you'd walk into a ceiling. So what this is a stairwell. I'm just going to name it bonus, and then give it the name stairwell. And then secondarily, we'll remove the flat ceiling so the stairs can go through the ceiling to the next floor. Oh, sorry. I opened this from my temporary file, and now it won't let me save it. Okay. Well, we got the video. So now if we stand over here and look into the living room, see, now it's vaulted. It's a shed vault, but it's a vault. This has a flat ceiling over it, as you would expect. Now, what I might suggest, so you've got siding showing up here because this is an exterior wall. So what I'm going to do is go over to the build menu and roof. And under the roof menu, I want a ceiling plane. They're like roof planes, but they're for creating vaulted ceilings. Left click on that. And then I'm going to left click and drag a baseline of this ceiling plane from here to here, and then move my cursor in this direction to about halfway. And I want it to match the other one. See, it's coming in at the default setting over here for roofs. See, it's set to 5. But what you do is just open the dialog box of the ceiling plane. I'm going to change it to the same pitch as the roof plane above. So now we'll go back and stand over here in the entryway and look into the living room. So we got more of a vaulted ceiling appearance. You probably have to put a beam here. I'm not an engineer, but that's would probably be the case. Let's look at it from over here towards the entry. Yeah, see, here we've got an exterior wall, and you don't siding on the inside, of course. Excuse me. So the first thing that comes to mind is I would take this wall, click on it, and then go to wall types and make it a pony wall. And of course, I don't want brick on the bottom. I want, we got a 6-inch exterior wall above. I want a 6-inch interior wall below. And when you make a pony wall, it creates, well, I can show you this better in an elevation camera, I believe. So here's this wall here. Here's the interior wall. And of course, now it's messing up the exterior. So I'm going to take the wall polyline and bring it down to the apex of the roof. See how that brought the siding down? And it looks like there's a break here. So I'm going to further shape this until it's just inside the roof. So now we have interior 4 on the inside and exterior on the outside. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I had to go to an overview to figure that out. Now, yeah, okay. Now what's going on here? I'm going to hit the tab key so I can get this. I'm going to open that and see what I'm exterior room. That wall doesn't extend over there. Let me just extend that. Pulling the wall polyline over. I'm not sure that this will work, but I thought I'd give it a, okay, that didn't work. It looks like I bet the roof is chopping into that wall there. Let's pull that back a little bit, the edge of the roof. No, that didn't do it. Let me go to the structure tab. No. I thought if one of these was unchecked, I might check them and see if that helps, but that's not. Let me look at this in plan view. This must be up here on this level. So here's the wall that I changed to a pony wall. Not understanding why. Okay, I'm going to take that roof plane, and in plan view, I'm going to send it up a floor so I can see it in direct relationship with this wall. Okay, it's not encroaching on the edge of it, so that's not the cause. Should be right up against it, but not poking into it. It's a little bit close over here. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit. Okay, so what's wrong with this wall? Let me check the drywall. Yeah. Oh, that all looks correct. I'm just looking and thinking, because I'm a little stumped on this. I'm going to go back to an elevation camera. It's just a cosmetic problem. I mean, no builder's going to build it this way, but you want your model to communicate your intentions. Ah, there it is. I see it now. This wall polyline on this side is collapsed for some reason. That's what I couldn't figure out. Let me see if I'm going to see if I can stretch it out. I could not. Just grab this. I'm just going to tinker with it and see what it does. Okay, it's snapping back. Pull that and see what happens. It's trying to, well, that didn't do any, that actually made things worse. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this wall. Whenever you get an object and it's not acting right, I'm just going to take this and put a new wall there and see if it still looks goofy. Okay, now what kind of wall is that? Oh, I see. It's totally upside down. Okay, we want the interior 6 on the bottom. Now, I think that's the way I want it. It's just not looking correct up here. I'm going to take a look at these wall types again. This siding 6. Yeah, it's your exterior material. I don't see a problem there. Just cancel out of that. I'm afraid I accidentally change something. Okay, that looks all right. But this is not. Let me look at this from the inside before I do something precipitous. We'll look at it from over here and look at the back side of it. Okay, looks all right there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the overview camera and just use the eyedropper tool. Put siding on there, that's what's supposed to be there. Let's see if it takes it. It's not taking it. Well, this turned into more of a problem than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go back to the elevation. Okay, this is looking correct, but this is not looking correct. And I want this area here to show siding. I'm going to try another gambit. I'm going to go over here to build wall material region, and left click and drag a wall material region. Let that trying to now I can't select the stupid thing. Okay, hang on. I'm going to undo because I can't control it. I don't want to leave it there. I'm going to go back to build wall. Whoops. Go. Come on. I'm going to draw that up here. It's just not taking for some reason. I don't understand that. It's the right wall type and it's facing the right way, but it's not showing the siding. I don't want the room specification. Well, that is a mystery. What is that? Oh, I see what that is. That's this wall here. I'm gonna just move that down just a little bit, see if I can't get rid of that. Yeah, okay. Jockeying these wall polylines is sometimes necessary to get the effect you want. Try the eyedropper again, make sure it's in component mode. I'm left clicking on it several times. It's not taking. I don't understand why, but it's not taking. And the material region's not working, and redrawing the wall's not working. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to overdraw it one more time. What is it? Oh, look at that. That's encroaching over that edge. Maybe that was it. Well, it brought it back some of it, but not all of it. What is wrong with that thing? Acting in a corrupt manner. Okay, I got it. On this side. Let's see if it's still goobered up on the inside of the room. No. Well, this new wall is not a pony wall. I'm going to give it one more try. We'll go to wall types, pony wall, and select interior, not floor, interior. You want the structural layers to line up floor to floor. Now that looks correct in its default position. And then once it's there, you can reshape the wall layer. See, now that's the way it's supposed to look on the inside. I'm going to go back. Sorry this is taking so long, but you know, these things take as long as they take. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to take this upper wall layer and use the break line tool and break it in the center. Yeah, I'm going to bring this down to here, just so it doesn't show in the inside of the house, but it shows on the outside. Bring that down to the roof. I think we're about to get a success finally. But sometimes you just have to persist. And as a new user, you wouldn't know that if by persisting, you probably win. But having used this software for 25 years, I know if you just stay at it. Okay, it's not letting me save the plan. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so now we should be okay on the outside. We are, okay. And we got our shed roof here. We got some ventilation and light for there, and we got a vaulted ceiling in here. I think, what's going on over here? What is that? I'm gonna click on that wall. Well, that looks okay in here, but it doesn't look okay out here. Let me see if you messed up with the materials. Marine bead board, no, that's correct. Let me check the dialog box for the deck. See, there's a material setting for the deck, and the walls are drywall. Okay, they're not supposed to be drywall. It's supposed to be marine bead board. Come on, hurry up! I ain't got all day. Marine. There it is. Let's see if that helps. Bingo. Okay, good. See, the tricky thing about this software is there's more than one way to do something. You can set the material for the wall, but if you have a exterior room and it's set to, you know, a different material, then the room dialog box wins. Okay, I assume that's what you want. You just haven't done the terrain yet. Okay, I wouldn't use these windows are a goofy size for a double hung window. You probably want to use, let me just show you. Like this window here, I'm going to open it. It's probably a triple slider would be better, or triple, you know, casement. See, this is fixed on the middle, and then this and this hinge on the right and left. Or you could use a triple sliding window. Where's that? There it is. Triple sliding. Same thing, fixed window in the middle, and then a slider and a slider. But that would be more appropriate for a window with these dimensions than a sash window. You'd have to have these custom made, and they'd cost you an arm and leg, and you wouldn't like them anyway. So just in passing, I thought I'd comment on that. Everything else is coming along pretty well. Let's do the terrain. So here's the door, and the terrain is higher than the door. So let's see, we need to turn on terrain. Terrain perimeter. Oh, it is on. And I want, I don't care about the contours, but I would like to see elevation data is on. Okay, now I just need to find what floor you created the terrain perimeter on. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this terrain perimeter is at -12 5/8. And that's too tall. I'm going to set it to 0. I just want to get it correct for the back of the house. Okay, that's looking better. The terrain, there's the bottom of the door, and the terrain is at the bottom of the door. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go to terrain, and I want elevation data and an elevation region. Now I'm going to draw one in here across the back of the house, and we'll set it at 0 inches. And then I'm going to draw one here in the front. And I'm going to put it at about 10 feet. I'm just guessing. And then we use an elevation camera. See, between the two datums, it'll create a gradient in the terrain. See, there's the edge of the flat region in the front and the flat region in the back. Okay, I'm going to make the terrain also a bit thicker so it covers up the foundation. Not terribly important, but that's what I like. There we go. So we got it okay in the back. Let's see how it looks in the front. I'm going to do an overview camera. We got some work to do on the foundation here. You're going to have to draw the foundation over here because that's, and the reason it's doing this is because there's a setting here called hide terrain intersected by building. You could uncheck that, and then the terrain would fill in, but it also fill in your basement level, which you don't really need or want. So I'm going to put that back. You're going to need some posts up. Oh yeah, you need some posts here. Okay, well, I'll handle that in a minute. Let's look at the front. Because the back is workable now. The front's a little bit high. See, here's the garage doors are below grade, and this is below grade. So I missed my mark a bit. So it's not 120. Let's make it 108, and then check it. I'm going to go back to an elevation camera to evaluate. Okay, that's about right. That's about right. I'm going to check it in the overview camera as well. That's the back. Yeah. I think we got a product now. I don't know exactly what you intended, but in terms of this space over here, not being a builder, you wouldn't probably understand that right off the bat, but the whole house has to have a foundation, not just the part that's, and you made the first floor the basement, so I'm going to turn on the reference display, and we'll just extend this wall over here. And I'm going to take this wall and copy it and line it up with the wall above and then fill it in. See, not being an engineer, you don't need to be wasting time designing foundations anyway. Let's go back to the overview. You'll see that cosmetically that looks a bit more realistic. See, now we got a foundation wall supporting that. And the software always overdoes these posts and so forth. You can, now that they're there, you can click on them and delete the ones that don't make any sense. Just hitting the left click and then delete key. I don't think, you know, that's up to your engineer where the posts are and how many there are, but I don't think you would need them. You got the wall here to support the deck over there. I'm just clicking on those one at a time and deleting them. This is kind of overkill here and probably here as well. That's more realistic, and you probably want to get rid of this center post right in front of your sliding door. Again, the engineer would determine how many posts and where they go, but I think this is kind of like this post here, I'm going to get rid of it. And this post here, left click, shift key, left click, and then space that over. Again, I'm not an engineer. I'm not engineering your house. The only last thing I see is support for this roof and support for this deck. So we'll go up to, okay, I'm going to go up a floor and then down a floor and then hit the, Boy, that's so crazy. This is, you must have Googled with the controls for this because it normally doesn't look this way. But anyway, I can see here. Here's the deck above. It's kind of goofy looking, but yeah, there's that deck there. Okay, we got posts underneath this deck. Well, what we need post is, we go back up and down and turn the reference display on. See, I need something supporting here and here. So what I'm going to do is go over here to the railing tool. Actually, I want to build wall. No, railing and deck, yeah. Straight railing. I'm going to put a rail here. And so it's not to create a bunch of decks. I'm going to tell this one to be no room defined so that it's a wall, but I don't want it to look like this. I'm going to go to rail style and make it post to beam. And now we got some support for that upper deck, and we'll get rid of the balusters. See? And the only other thing I like is to not draw the rails so that the posts and balusters show in plan. See that now there's oh, I missed something. In rail style, I don't want a half post at the wall. So now it just created a post out here. I'm going to take this wall just to save a few clicks and copy paste it over here and line it up with a wall above. It's already pre-programmed to create what I want. Okay, so we go to the overview camera. Oh, I have to take this outer section. See, it created a beam there. Let's see. Yeah, I missed one thing. This needs to be aligned with the wall above, and it's not. Let me take this one. Yeah, see here, it's out of alignment. I'm going to realign it, and it's just more structurally correct to have these walls aligning from floor to floor. Now, on this level, see, I've got one big wall here, but I'm going to take the wall break tool and break it off at the corners of the upper deck. So I can reprogram just this wall. Now, of course, we'll leave the railing in it like that, but we'll also go to rail style, make it post to beam. So we'll go back to that overview camera that I had open. And see, now your deck is supported on the various sides of it. And the same thing needs to be happening up here. You go back to the, oh, I got two cameras open. All right, I'm going to go up one more floor. Go here, here, and here. Get those three walls and reprogram them. We'll go to rail style, no half post, post to beam. Voila. And then in newels and balusters, we want to not use defaults and not draw the rails. So in plan view, then you can see the balusters and the newel posts. I don't know why this wall doesn't look correctly, but he probably done inadvertently by accident some damage to the plan, but it's still pretty useful. See now, if you don't want the center post there, I'm going to click on that wall and go to newels and balusters and change the spacing to a big figure, and that'll get rid of the center post. Same thing here on this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Change the spacing to 1 billion miles, and then we'll just have a post on each corner and not one in the center. Yeah, like that. That's about it in terms of how much damage I can do to your plan. You've done well. A little bit of a gap there. Let me see if I can close that. I think it was sticking through. Yeah, earlier in this session, I pulled it up, pulled it down, and I pulled it down a little bit too much. Okay, that's about it. I hope this helps you. I'm sorry I couldn't save the plan and share it with you, but you can use this as a guide to edit your existing plan. And hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.